Imagine predicting events centuries before they happen: world wars, technological revolutions, even the end of empires. It sounds impossible, right? But history is full of eerie predictions that turned out to be true, leaving us wondering, was it foresight, luck, or something supernatural? Welcome to Top 10 and Top 5, where today we're revealing the top 10 historical predictions that came true. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your ideas could spark a future prediction of our own. Number 10. Leonardo da Vinci's flying machines, centuries ahead of his time. Let's start with one of history's greatest visionaries, Leonardo da Vinci. In the late 15th century, long before the Wright brothers or even hot air balloons, da Vinci sketched detailed designs of flying machines. His ornithopter, inspired by the flapping wings of birds, was centuries ahead of its time. While he never built a working model, his drawings eerily resemble modern helicopters and airplanes. How could someone envision flight at a time when humanity barely understood gravity? Was da Vinci simply ahead of his time, or was he tapping into knowledge far beyond his era? Number 9. Nostradamus, the rise of Napoleon and Hitler. No list of historical predictions would be complete without Nostradamus, the French mystic whose cryptic quatrains have baffled scholars for centuries. Among his most famous predictions are the rise of two powerful leaders, Napoleon Bonaparte and Adolf Hitler. Nostradamus described a great conqueror, born near Italy, Napoleon, and another leader whose name included the word Hister, thought to reference Hitler. Coincidence? Maybe. But Nostradamus' accuracy in describing events like World War II and Hitler's tyranny continues to fuel debates. Could he really see the future, or were his writings so vague that they're open to interpretation? Number 8. Jules Verne, the moon landing. In 1865, French author Jules Verne published From the Earth to the Moon, a novel that described a mission to space in astonishing detail. Verne predicted that the spacecraft would launch from Florida, that it would use aluminum as a key material, and that it would splash down in the ocean upon returning. Fast forward to 1969, and Apollo 11 followed the same script. What makes Verne's prediction even more spine-chilling is how accurate it was, despite being written more than a century before space travel was possible. Was it just imagination, or was Verne glimpsing the future of science? Number 7. The Titanic, foretold in fiction. The sinking of the Titanic in 1912 was a tragedy that shocked the world, but what if it wasn't entirely unexpected? In 1898, 14 years before the disaster, author Morgan Robertson wrote a novella titled Futility, or The Wreck of the Titan. In the story, a massive, unsinkable ship called Titan strikes an iceberg in the North Atlantic and sinks, resulting in catastrophic loss of life. Sound familiar? The parallels between the fictional Titan and the real-life Titanic are too eerie to ignore. Could Robertson have been tapping into some subconscious warning, or was it all just a bizarre coincidence? These predictions are already mind-blowing, but we're just getting started. If you're fascinated by the mysteries of the past and the stories of those who seem to peer into the future, don't forget to subscribe to Top 10 and Top 5. Hit that like button and share your favorite historical prediction in the comments. We love hearing your theories. Number 6. Mark Twain's prophetic death. Mark Twain, the celebrated American author, made a chilling prediction about his own death. Twain was born in 1835, the same year Halley's Comet passed by Earth. He famously said, "I came in with Halley's Comet, and I expect to go out with it." True to his word, Twain passed away in 1910, the very day after Halley's Comet reappeared. Was Twain simply a master of dramatic timing, or was there something cosmic about his connection to the comet? Number 5. H.G. Wells, predicting World War II and atomic bombs. H.G. Wells, often called the father of science fiction, didn't just imagine future worlds, he practically predicted them. In his 1914 novel The World Set Free, Wells described a new kind of weapon: atomic bombs that could obliterate entire cities. Decades later, his vision became a horrifying reality during World War II with the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. But Wells didn't stop there, he also predicted global conflicts that would reshape humanity. Was Wells simply a sharp observer of technological trends, or was he seeing into a future we were destined to create? Number 4. The Simpsons, predicting modern events. Here's a more modern twist: the uncanny predictions of The Simpsons. For over 30 years, this animated TV show has repeatedly forecasted future events with eerie precision. From predicting Donald Trump's presidency to smartwatches, the invention of autocorrect, and even the global pandemic, The Simpsons seems to have a crystal ball. How is it possible for a cartoon to anticipate so many major events? Could it be sheer coincidence, or is someone behind the scenes privy to insider knowledge? Number 3. Nikola Tesla, wireless technology and the smartphone. In the early 1900s, inventor Nikola Tesla made a bold prediction: humanity would soon be able to transmit messages, images, and even video wirelessly across the globe. He imagined a device so small it could fit in your pocket, a description that sounds remarkably like today's smartphones. At the time, Tesla's ideas were dismissed as fantasy. Yet today, we live in the world he envisioned. Was Tesla simply ahead of his time, or was he seeing a glimpse of the digital revolution decades before it happened? Number 2. George Orwell, Surveillance Society. In 1949, George Orwell published 1984, a dystopian novel that described a world dominated by constant surveillance, government propaganda, and thought control. Today, with widespread use of security cameras, online data tracking, and the rise of authoritarian regimes, Orwell's vision feels disturbingly accurate. Terms like Big Brother and Orwellian have become part of our everyday vocabulary. Was Orwell just warning us about the dangers of unchecked power, or was he predicting a future that was already on its way? Number 1. The Mayan calendar 2012 and beyond. And finally, let's talk about the Mayans, who are often credited with predicting the end of the world in 2012. While the apocalypse didn't happen, some scholars argue that the Mayan calendar wasn't predicting the end, but a shift in consciousness or a significant global change. Interestingly, 2012 did mark a turning point in global events, from economic upheavals to major advances in technology. Could the Mayans have been pointing to a deeper, less obvious transformation? Or was it just another misunderstood prophecy? These predictions leave us with one burning question: how much of our future is already written, and how much is still up to us? If you enjoyed this journey into the past and its mysterious glimpses of the future, subscribe to Top 10 and Top 5 for more videos like this. Hit that like button, and tell us in the comments which prediction you found the most fascinating, or if you know of others we missed. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and maybe, keep predicting.